In the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico lays in ruin. Homes were destroyed, lives were lost, and federal efforts to help the territory have been slow. For years, Puerto Rico has fought to survive numerous political and financial crises, and this latest disaster has only set them back further. In light of their ongoing struggle, we wanted to know just how powerful is Puerto Rico, and what are the details of their complicated relationship with the United States? Well, uniquely, Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory located in the Caribbean Sea. What this means is that technically Puerto Rico is not part of the United States, but is controlled by the US government and by definition awaiting designation by Congress as either a new state or an independent nation. It's been waiting since 1898, or nearly 120 years. The US has 4 other inhabited territories, including Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, the US Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. Puerto Rico is fairly small, with a size of about 3,500 square miles. Compared to US states, it would rank as the 49th smallest, a bit more than twice the size of Rhode Island. However, its population is close to 3.5 million, about the same as Connecticut, which ranks 29th. In spite of their unincorporated status, Puerto Ricans are US citizens, although they don't have a vote in Congress and are unrepresented besides one non-voting delegate in the House of Representatives. They also don't vote for president, nor do they pay federal taxes. And while it may be nice to avoid paying taxes, economically, the territory has been dealing with a major financial crisis. In the last decade, roughly 10% of the island's population has left, starting around the time the US Congress ended an important series of tax breaks for Puerto Rican businesses. This drain of resources and people left the territory with a poverty rate of roughly 50% and about $72 billion in debt. In May of 2017, after defaulting on millions of dollars of debt payments, the local government effectively filed for federal bankruptcy, with the most recent natural disaster estimate to cost as much as $80 billion on its own. The financial future of Puerto Rico seems excessively bleak. As for their military, Puerto Rico is first and foremost protected by the United States military, as are other territories and states. However, the island has its own specific military branches, which make up its National Guard. This includes 3 distinct branches of Army Guard, Air Guard, and State Guard, comprising roughly 10,000 military members with a budget of about $40 million. Due to the small size and budget, as well as protection by the US military, Puerto Rico's forces are predominantly focused on natural disaster relief and guarding against civil unrest. Overall, the territory of Puerto Rico is struggling, with no end in sight. A dwindling population coupled with a collapsed economy is a bad sign for any region. And with a minuscule military force, which has proved not to be enough to take care of disaster relief in the wake of Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico continues to suffer without true representation in the US government, while desperately depending on its help. Not only is Puerto Rico not powerful, it can easily be considered totally powerless. So how did this territory run into such deep financial trouble, and how can it possibly deal with more than $70 billion of debt? Find out in this episode exploring Puerto Rico's disastrous economic crisis. Thanks for watching NowThis World. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more episodes like this every week.